As the clock ticks down to midnight in Baltimore, the sky lights up in a display of celebration. Fireworks crackle above the harbor, lovers kiss, strangers cheer. But within seconds, the joy turns to terror. Hi everyone. Today I'm going to recap To Catch a Killer 2023 movie. Give this video a like, drop your thoughts, and don't forget to follow for more. From a distant high-rise, a sniper opens fire. One shot, then another. Panic spreads like wildfire as 29 lives are taken struck, down by bullets masked behind the booming of fireworks. Screams blend with explosions. Blood mixes with champagne. And just as silently as it began, the killer vanishes, detonating the crime scene to erase every trace of himself. No witnesses. No weapon, just chaos. Enter Officer Eleanor Falco, young, sharp, but carrying her own shadows. A beat cop with a history of substance abuse and a mind that doesn't work like others. She's not first on the list for promotion, but she's the first to ask the right questions. She orders street cams to record fleeing bystanders. She enters the smoke-filled stairwell without protective gear, climbing through dust and danger to collect evidence no one else even considers. In a city drowning in trauma, Eleanor sees not just blood but patterns. She knows this wasn't madness. It was precision. At FBI headquarters, veteran agent Jeffrey Lamarck is called in. Gruff, brilliant, and politically pressured, he understands what they're up against. This wasn't just a shooter, he says. This was a strategist. Someone trained. Someone invisible. Lamarck scans the case file and pauses when he sees Eleanor's notes. He reads her words. He was swatting mosquitoes. To most, that would be meaningless. But to Lamarck, it reveals a mind that sees beyond chaos. He recruits her into the investigation. Just days later, the killer resurfaces, this time in a shopping mall. He walks in calmly, unarmed, steals meat, steals clothes, then slips away to trigger explosives grenades carefully placed. As guards close in, he opens fire. Civilians fall. Chaos returns. Again, he escapes. Again, the questions grow. But Eleanor begins to notice the strange details. He only stole vegan food. The DNA from the apartment shows iron deficiency. These are breadcrumbs, left by a man who wants to be understood by someone capable of understanding. Together, Eleanor and Lamarck build the profile. A former military man, perhaps isolated, intelligent, disillusioned, likely trained to kill, but now disillusioned with the world. They follow a lead from a painting crew once hired in the sniper's apartment building. Among them, Dean Posse. Dean once worked in a slaughterhouse. He knows pain. He's a ghost in society. The profile fits perfectly. And suddenly, they have a name. But not all leads are gold. A prank call leads them to another suspect, emotionally unstable teenager. The raid is hasty. Officers burst in. The boy panics and dies by suicide. The public erupts in outrage. The media demands answers. Lamarck is removed. Eleanor is benched. But she knows the killer is still out there. And he's not done yet. The trail leads Eleanor and Lamarck to rural Maryland, to a modest farmhouse, surrounded by silence. There, they meet Dean's mother, an eerily calm woman who swears her son isn't there. But Eleanor notices the details again. 2 teacups, a shirt drying in the shed, a rifle case tucked away. Dean is here, watching. Suddenly a shot rings out. Lamarck falls. Dean's mother, realizing what her son has done, turns the gun on herself. Everything unravels in an instant. Eleanor corners Dean in the basement. They stand inches apart, killer and profiler, 2 sides of a broken coin. Dean speaks calmly. He talks about a world that turned its back on him, about a society that crushes the quiet ones, about the thrill of watching people run. But Eleanor doesn't rage. She listens. She tells him to finish it, to end it himself. And for a moment he almost does, but sirens break the moment. Dean flips again, detonating explosives, binding Eleanor, preparing for his exit. She doesn't beg. She bites. Blood spills, and Dean disappears into the woods. Dean emerges from the trees, gun drawn. Officers shout warnings. He raises his weapon and they shoot. He dies not as a legend, but as a lonely man in the mud. A man whose pain swallowed everything around him. Eleanor watches, battered and bleeding. She's not victorious. She's haunted, but she survived. Later, the Bureau offers her a promotion on one condition: silence. The public must never know how close they came to disaster. She accepts, but only after demanding that Lamarck's name be honored and his partner given his pension. Eleanor doesn't smile. She walks into the FBI building not because she wants power, but because she refuses to walk away from the truth. In a world full of silence, Eleanor Falco chose to listen. And that made her the one person who could catch a killer. I hope you enjoy the view. Take care of yourself. Bye for now.